Hello, everyone. How are you? I've got my coffee. My Liliana is so big it's hard to maneuver. Looks like I've got a lot of it to maneuver. Now I gotta find where I'm at now. There I am. Because I put this in here to hold it. How are you all doing? It's Wednesday. And I'm wearing my orange shirt because I'm going to Pilates today. It's my workout shirt, one of them. I guess I'm going to need my stitch markers over there. When I get 20 V-stitches. That was the corner. So I'm gonna go here. How are you all doing? I'm working on the Liliana. Every 10 V-stitches, I put a stitch marker to try to keep track. Which I hope it's working out okay. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Good morning, Nana Kathleen. How are you? I've got my coffee because it's morning here, early. 7:30 here, a.m. I know it's like 10:30 your time, Lisa, or 11:30. I'm glad you're doing well. How are you, Kathleen? It's 11:30 p.m. here. Yep. It's late over there. I'm not sure exactly when we're gonna change time, but I think it's the first weekend in November. Nana Kathleen says, doing fine and in the same time zone as you. Okay, cool. I got up early to watch the Cynthia's live devotional, but she wasn't live today. But she does her devotional at 7:30 Eastern time, which is 6:30 our time. So I watched her devotional, then I did my devotional. And then I decided to come on here. It's a good way to start the day, a devotional. Some days hit me harder than others. Yes, Cynthia's 10:30 p.m. my time. Yep. Yep, so yeah, and it wasn't live today, so it didn't last as long. She had to go into work early, I guess. But things happen. I ended up not doing mine live because some days I don't feel good enough to be visible to everybody. Are you going to be in Kim and Ginger's live? I don't know. When is it? Lisa, when is it their live? Yeah, what time is it today, Lisa? Twelve a.m. on a Thursday for me. Okay, so that is 15 hours before then would be 9 a.m. No, you're 8 a.m. So that's in 25 minutes. So maybe. I don't know. Well, it says I've got 3 people and, yep, 8 a.m. and 2 thumbs. So someone didn't give me a thumbs up. That's in here. Or no, there's only 2 of you in here right now that I see. I don't know. I'm working on the Liliana. I might be able to finish this and start around 1:15 today. I don't know. I've got 2 sites to do. I did 2 sites last night or yesterday, so yeah, it's showing 3 people my end. Yeah, it's showing 3 people here too. But there's only 2 of you in the chatting. I switched it to live chat. Now, I wasn't sure if it would make a difference, and it doesn't, as long as there's so few people in here. I've got some other friends that said they would come in here to support me, but they don't get up this early. So I'm not gonna text them and say, hey, I'm on live, can you join me? Now it's showing just two of us. Yep, it is here too. And I'm thinking it might have been because I changed it from top chat to live chat. I don't know. I don't normally do that, but okay, Nana Kathleen. So what are you working on, you two? I know Lisa's getting ready for bed soon because it's late there in Australia. Oh, you're working on granny squares. Good deal. I like doing granny squares. I just don't like joining them too much. Well, granny squares aren't bad to join. It's the squares you make that are not granny squares, so they don't have a definite loop at the end of each where you're joining them. No, I will still be up for ages. Hey, how are you, Elaine? Good morning. What are you working on and what's in your cup, Elaine? I've got coffee. My coffee pot is right back there. I will be going to get more coffee soon. How are you, Elaine? Nanny Kathleen says I am working on a 1935 vintage pattern. Excuse me, circle baby blanket. Wonderful. I would love to see a picture of that, Nana Kathleen. If you would like, we could put it, you could email it to me and I'll put it on my community tab. Or you can, if you're a member of my Facebook page, you request to join and I will accept you as long as I know it's you. And I've opened a Facebook page for my subscribers on YouTube, so we could show each other what we make. I would love to see that, Nana Kathleen. Elaine says, I'm having coffee and crocheting and knitting hats. Awesome. I could use help with knitting hats. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I have Pilates today, so I'm not working. So, okay, Lisa asks, what color yarn, Nana Kathleen? That sounds beautiful. Blush baby Egyptian cotton from Hobie. Ooh, beautiful. I'd love to see your progress too, Nana Kathleen. Lisa says, oh, sounds nice, Nana Kathleen. Teresa says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you, Teresa? I hope you're doing well. What's in your cup and what are you working on? Lisa says, hi, Teresa. Teresa says, working on the Jam Jar by Ophelia. Wonderful. I got to check that out. Nana Kathleen says, good morning, Teresa. Yeah, time zones, like they vary, and the date they vary when the change of time is. So, like Australia already did their time change. So they're in the spring time zone because they're in Australia. Us in the United States, we still haven't gone to standard time zone. Daylight savings is for the spring and summer, and that's what the southern hemisphere is going to. So it's kind of confusing because up until a few weeks ago, they were only 13 hours ahead of us, and now they're 14 hours ahead of us. And when we fall back, they'll be 15 hours ahead of us. So it's really confusing. Lisa says, yes, springtime, but not all states' clocks went forward here in Australia. Huh. So you call them states and not provinces? I'm confused. I'm thinking, the United States is the only one that does states because Canada does provinces. Elaine says, good morning, everyone. Nana Kathleen says, I'm hoping time change ends. That would be nice. When I was younger, I didn't mind it so much. But now that I'm getting older, it's kind of terrible. Okay, Lisa says, yes, states and territories. Okay. We have some territories too, but they're islands that, like Guam is a U.S. territory. But I consider it a state all its own because of my husband was stationed there when he was in the Army or Navy a long time ago, before I knew him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Elaine says, yes, daylight savings time, but in Puerto Rico and some other country do not change their time. Yep. I know Arizona doesn't change their time. They don't go to daylight savings. They stay in standard time. I think it's standard time that they stay in. I'm not positive. They stay in one time zone or one time. They don't change times. I don't know about Alaska. My son was there for 2.5 years. But for one whole year almost, he was in Afghanistan. So, and we really didn't hear from him there. Lisa says we have 6 states and 2 territories. Interesting. I know we've got 50 states. I don't know how many territories. Because there's the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm guessing that's a territory. Guam is a territory. Puerto Rico actually is part of the United States. So they're a territory. Teresa says, I'm off to work for a while, had tarsal tunnel decompression surgery Monday. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Foot propped up and doing crochet for a bit, making blankets for Christmas. Awesome. Are you using the standard red, yellow, red, white, and green, or are you using various colors? Nana Kathleen says, my grandfather's birth certificate stated territory of Oklahoma. Well, back then, I'm guessing that Oklahoma wasn't yet a state at that time. They are now. Teresa says, having another surgery January 9th on the left foot. Wow. Hope everything's going well for you, Teresa. Elaine says, Teresa, I pray all go well for you and a speedy recovery. Yes, me too. I will add you to my prayer list. Various colors and designs. Awesome. A while ago, I bought some homespun yarn. I think it was on sale because I bought a lot of it to make teddy bears or stuffed bunnies or, some kind of stuffed animals, plushies. So, I need to do that too. But after I'm done with this, I'm the Liliana. I got to work on the Casablanca Afghan. And then when I'm done with the Casablanca Afghan, well, that's a monthly thing. I've got the next month's thing, and it's just, I put it aside so I could work on this some more. Nana Kathleen says he was born just before it became a state. Wonderful. Teresa says, thank you. Yep. Big Tiny, how are you? Good morning, Michelle. Seen you were on, just popping in before my premiere at 9. How's life going? It's going good. About 3 weeks ago, my father-in-law passed away. We had to drive to Colorado for the funeral. Then 2 weeks ago, my son and daughter-in-law came here for the weekend because they had a wedding to go to. They both graduated from high school here, so their friends are getting married. So they were here a couple weeks ago, and then we went there last weekend. So we went back to Colorado last weekend. So my son just got out of the Army after 6 years of being in. So now he's working as a computer repair programmer, going to school for cyber security. He's telling me what all I need to do for my channel. So I need an upgrade. Upgraded computer, upgraded this, upgraded that. I says, yeah, and you can do it all for me. Big Tiny says, Lisa, Teresa, Nana, good morning. Cold. It's snowing. Wow. Where are you, Tiny? Lisa says, hi, Big Tinies. Teresa says, sorry for your loss. Thank you. Tiny says, prayers, love, and strength. Know you were blessed with your time on earth. With his time on earth. Elaine says, Ocean Job Lot had a sale on homespun yarn from Lion Brand this year. I bought a lot to the wow. I wish I had that deal. We don't have Ocean State Job Lot here, but I know they do where you're at in Connecticut, because there is one in where my mom lives too, in Waterbury. Nana Kathleen says, sorry for your loss. Thank you. Big Tiny says, that's cool. That's the branch and time I stayed in the Army. Okay. Yeah, my son was in the Army. Just got out last month. So now he's gonna be starting school in January, but right now he's working full time. Army paid for my son's nursing degree, says Nana Kathleen. Awesome. Big Tiny says, laugh out loud. Camper says, good morning, Michelle. Glad to see you again. It's good to see you too, Tina. I'm so glad you're here. I sent your package out yesterday, Tina. Tiny says, yes, yeah, he is what I meant to type. Camper says, good morning, Nana Kathleen. Good morning, Teresa. Tiny says, Camper, good morning. Lisa says, yes, Yippee Whippy Chick went to Ocean Lot the other day. Yeah, she lives in New York, so I believe that's where she lives. Camper says, good morning, Elaine. Lisa says, hi, Tina. Nana Kathleen, thank you for your service, Tiny. My son is out of Army. Yeah, my son is out of the Army too. Elaine says, Camper 14, hello. Tiny says, thank you, Nana, appreciated. Camper says, okay, thank you. Hope I didn't wait too late and come up in the spring. Don't worry about it. You can still, we had a cold snap, but by Friday it's supposed to be 80 degrees. So we're gonna go this weekend. But last night it was below freezing. We're just gonna plant them when it's nice again, like this weekend, Friday or Saturday. Probably Friday, since we both have plans Saturday. Big Tiny says, Passion, good morning. Camper says, good morning, Tiny. Tiny says, well, I must go. You all have a blessed day. Stay safe. And if you ever get in trouble, name him after me. If you ever name. What do you mean, Tiny? Too old for that. Okay, goodbye, Michelle. Have to go. All right, Lisa, talk to you later. Thanks for coming in. Passion, Big Tiny's Outdoors, good morning. How are you all doing? Oh, if you too old for that, Tiny. But I think if I ever get pregnant, if I get pregnant now, I'd be like a miracle baby. Good night, Lisa, says Tina. I got a small my coffee pot back here is a small one. It does 5 cups. It gives me about 3 in these cups. My husband and I order our coffee from Indonesia because it's very low acid in it. I can't drink Folgers. It's too acidic. Oh, Kemper made a couple hats yesterday. Good for you. I've been working on the Liliana. I haven't been working on much else. I did finish the slippers we made a couple weeks ago. Kemper says, wow, never heard of that about coffee. What, there's a lot of acid. Folgers is high acidity. I can't drink it. So the reason why you go to Coffee Bean Direct website and they will list how much acid is in each of their coffees. And it's got to be very low acid. And since Indonesia is mainly volcanoes, there's low acidity. We pay a good price for a 5-pound bag of beans, but you know. Good. Did you put them on your community tab? Put what on my community tab, Kemper? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh no, my slippers. These are them. I got them joined with a stitch marker because these are the small ones. They won't fit me, but they're for somebody else. This one is the larger size one. And I got these 3 out of 1 skein of this yarn. It's a 6 extra bulky weight. I think it's alpaca and acrylic. I'm not positive. I bought it at Michael's. That I do know. I did not put them on the community tab. Okay, so I'm looking. Passion. You guys never know. Sarah had her baby in her 90s, and I hear stories of mid-aged women getting pregnant. Elaine, Yeah, I've heard of that too, and I've read that in the Bible. Um, but God would have to grow a whole new uterus in me. I don't think that's gonna happen. And Teresa says, I was 37 when I had my last baby. He just turned 18 in May. Awesome. 47. So you're 55? Elaine says, I was 36 when I had my last baby, and she is 17. So you're 53. I'm good at math, so, excuse me. That's just the way my brain works. Camper says, be warm as slippers, but a little too thick to wear as socks. Yes, shoes might be too tight. Exactly. They're not, I consider these slippers. But I only have one in my size so far. I gotta find more of that yarn. And I know I've got another skein of it, so I could make another set of small slippers and another large or medium size for me, or medium, another pair of mediums and a single large for me. So then I'd have two sets of small slippers to give to my daughter and daughter-in-law for Christmas, and then I'd have a set for me. Teresa says he was teasing his dad last night because he just turned 59. Well, if he's lucky enough, he'll get there too someday. Yeah, my husband will be 59 this year too, so. You have only half a pair in the bigger one? Just have mismatched slippers. I could, but I think I have another gray skein of this yarn. So when I find it, I'll make some more slippers. Passion for Yarn says yes. I'm not sure what the yes is for, but because I talk a lot on here, and so I'm not sure what you're referring the yes to. Camper says yes, if you have more yarn, that would work out great. Yes, it would. Hi, Kai. How are you? Kai says, good morning. Nice to see your smile. Well, thank you. It's good to be on here. Nana Kathleen says, I'll be 61 next month. My husband and I will be married 29 years the day before Halloween. Camper says, hi, Kai. Kai says, doing well. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're doing well, Kai. How's the road life on the road? My husband decided that after all the traveling we've been doing, because we were in Colorado last weekend for visiting my kids, our kids, and we were there 2 weeks ago for his dad's funeral. He's pretty tired of driving. So it kind of freaks me out that he wants to buy a camper and travel around the country if he hates driving, because I can't really drive that much. Camper says, oh, that would have been a fun trip to visit the kids. Yes, it was. We went to we stayed at my son's place. My daughter lives two hours away. So on Saturday, we went up to where my daughter lives, and she had a dress fitting, wedding gown fitting. And she's gonna have mine altered. And so they did the pinning and stuff. And I don't think we're gonna make it to every dress fitting, but it was fun. And then Sunday, we spent Sunday with my son and daughter-in-law, and we just hung out at the house, saw what they do on Sundays to get ready for the week, which they both work a lot, so they meal prep for the week on Sundays. And we saw how they do it, and wow. Since they're hardly ever home, they do chicken in the pressure cooker, or Instapot, or whatever they call it. It's an instant pot. They do chicken with barbecue sauce in there, and then they do potatoes in the oven. They cut them up small and brown them, and then put some frozen broccoli in there. And and they make 3 dishes of it for each day during the week, Monday through Friday. And that's just for my son. My daughter-in-law takes salads and stuff to work. So it's crazy. My son eats 3 of those big things a day. Hope you have a wonderful, okay, yeah. Happy birthday, Nana, Kathleen. And hi, Camper says, hi, Kai, doing well. Hello, everyone. We are in Alabama. That cold dip has us in its grip. Brr, we went south to be warm. Yeah, well, here it went down to 28 last night. It is now 32 degrees at 8:11. So we usually stay 1 to 2 weeks and only drive about 250 miles when we move. Okay, so the driving is not too bad, especially for me since my hubby drives. Yeah, my hubby does most of the driving too. I asked if he wanted me to. He says only if you want to, but really, I don't want to mess up your cocoon because I've got yarn all around me when I ride in a car for long trips. And Camper says, sounds good. I'm going to go get more coffee. And my coffee pot's right there, so It's so big, it's hard to maneuver. But this is what I want to work on more than anything else right now, so I take it with me. Camper says, my husband asked me if I renewed my license plate last month. I forgot all about it. It's been expired for over a month. Oh no, that's not good. Ours is coming due next month. Here they go by your last name. And since our last name starts with a letter towards the end of the alphabet, yeah, we're kind of we're at that point too. Ours is, we gotta renew our license plates or register our vehicles in November. Ours is our birthday. Okay. Different states do it differently. So I'm guessing your birthday was last month in September? Yep. Okay. Then Kathleen says ours is our birthday for driver's licenses as well. Oh, yeah, for driver's licenses. But for car tags, it's to register for car tags, it's based on our last name. Car tags is month car bought. Okay. No, that wouldn't work for us because we bought our car in April, back in 2017. We like to drive our cars till they can't be driven anymore. We figure it's more cost effective that way. Yeah, when we only lived in Colorado for a couple of years. And when we did, it was based on the year the car was bought, or the year when we first went to register our cars there in that state. Camper says his is his birthday and mine is on my birthday. I like them broke up at different times. Yeah, it's cheaper that way. We have ours all on the same day. I've got a car, my husband has a truck, and then my kids' vehicles were on their. My son and uh, I was the co-signer. The cars under both our names. So, and my daughter's car, my husband and I bought it for her when she was in college. And we brought it out to her. She went to college in Colorado. So we register them all, and now we tell our kids how much they owe us. Because it's cheaper here than in Colorado. So they have Kansas plates on their vehicles. So I got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nana Kathleen says we have 2 cars, the van and grandson's car. I sold my car to pay on grandson's medical bills. He cannot drive right now and not sure when doctor will clear him to drive. And we adopted 3 of our grandkids. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lady at church. She's a great grandmother. And she's trying to get custody of her great grandkids. They won't give her any rights because she is not. Grandparents have rights, but great grandparents don't, according to the state. So it's sad. Camper says, I have no idea what month I bought mine, Kathleen. I can't remember my birthday, let alone a random month. 7, 8, 9. Got one more to do. And then that one goes here. Sorry guys, every 10 V-stitches, I'm putting a stitch marker to try to keep count of where I'm at. Teresa says, I have a grandson, Noah, 8 years old, and granddaughter, Autumn, who is 3 years old. Wonderful. I don't have any grandchildren yet. My daughter says hopefully by this time next year, she'll be pregnant. They're getting married in May. They've been together for 6 years, I think, dating. So I'm hoping to be able to start making baby Afghans and baby things, stuffies and stuff like that soon. My great-granddaughter is due this month and great-grandson due in December. Wonderful. And Tina says, I have almost 4, 2 at 14, 16, and 21. Awesome. My daughter and son, my son and daughter-in-law just bought a house in the spring or summer, I think April of this year. And so they're big into working, and they're not ready for kids. But my daughter and son-in-law want to start a family right away because he's going to be 30 next year. And she's going to be 20. Well, she's going to be 27 in May next year. And he's a February baby. Teresa says, I have 3 daughters, ages 31, 26, and 23, and my son who just turned 18. Wonderful. I have one son, 24, and a daughter who's 26. And when I went to school things, activities, most of the time I was the parents' age. I had my kids in my late 20s. But sometimes there were some a lot younger than me, which mine is 40 and 37 next month. Awesome. It's weird when there's like someone in their mid-20s when you're in your mid-30s going to parent-teacher conferences for the same age of kids. Camper says, I feel old. Nah. If you're on the internet, I know my mother she doesn't want a computer. If you're young enough to be on the computer, you're not old. My brother got her a cell phone for her 80th birthday. The only thing she uses it for are to make calls, very little texting because she doesn't know how to retrieve them. She does go on the grocery store's website to download coupons. That's about all she uses it for. Kathleen says, we have 4 daughters, ages 55, 53, 41, and 39. My son is 40. The 3 grandkids we adopted, 19, 17 next month, and 11 in January. Wonderful. Well, congratulations. Camper says, my daughter's best friend was a change of life baby. Their children used to always ask her why only her grandparents came to her events. Kids say anything. Uh-huh. Well, we never lived close to family. So we were the only ones that went to our kids' events. But we tried to make it a point to be there. They didn't have the luxury of living near grandparents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yep, kids say anything. We didn't have luxury of living near grandparents either. Dad was military. Okay. Yep. Sometimes I feel bad that my kids didn't have that. No family nearby. Camper says, my son had his daughter later too. I told him he will be a grandparent by the time she graduates close to 60. Mm-hmm. Yep. I didn't want kids after the age of 30, so my husband was 32 and 34 or something like that when my kids were born. I was almost 28 and 29 and a half when my kids were born. Hmm. So tell me, my son was 38. Okay. Well, sometimes I think it's good to have them. I think I used to think it'd be good to have them young because when you get older, the eggs that we're born with as women can get damaged. And I have a cousin with Down syndrome because his mother was over 35 when she had her. And so that's what I attribute that to. So I wanted my kids before the age of 30. And Camper says, yes, that's the risk. Yep. And I didn't want to take that risk. But if we would have waited and worked until we were ready, financially, it would have been easier. Because I stayed home with my kids because childcare was way too expensive. So I started working again when both of them were in middle school. That's when I started working part-time. And I'm still working part-time. If I waited till I was ready, I'd still be waiting to get started. That's the thing we were thinking of too, There's never a good time. We're never totally ready for it. Nana Kathleen says, me too, Camper. Teresa says, my son had cerebral palsy, but he was premature and fetal distress. Spent 3 months in the hospital waiting for him to be born due to premature labor. Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. But children with cerebral palsy are often so loving. I've worked with them before. Yes, they are. He is a joy. Yep. I bet. So we're missing Ginger's live. I guess she goes on at 8. I don't know if you all wanted to go in there. Nana Kathleen says, I have to leave. Blessings to everyone. Bless you too. So glad you came to see me and everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Nana Kathleen, Teresa Camper, who's live? Ginger, the yarn geek. She is, someone was mentioning her earlier. Am I going to Ginger's live? I forget who was mentioning it. I'm scrolling up to look. I probably won't be able to find it, but I'm trying. Could have been Elaine. I don't know. I should have put some emojis there. Good morning. Just pop, yeah, it's Ginger, or no. Seen you were on. Just popping in before my premiere at 9. Big Tiny said that. No, I think it was Lisa who said, I'm not sure. Yarn Geek is live. It's Yarn Geek that's live. Yep. I have to go get my car tag. Yes, you do, Tina. It's 9:39 here. I can look back that far. Oh, I found it by opening another tab and finding alive, seeing who's looking at my, clicking on my bell. Ginger is live. The Yarn Geek. She's also in Kansas. She's in Manhattan, Kansas, which is about 3 hours drive from here. I have never met her in person, but because she lives in a college town, and I don't know, I think it'd be nice to go visit, but I'm not big on driving. I find it a big, I see it, what? I have to scooter back to bed. Only got 3 hours of sleep last night. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. I hope you do too, Teresa. We'll be praying for you, okay? With your surgeries. I see it was 40 minutes ago. Yep. So Ginger the Yarn Geek is live. So if you want, we can go check her out too. I may go in for a little bit. We can say Michelle's Miracle Raid. Michelle's Kansas Raid. Michelle Crochets in Kansas Raid. I don't know how to I think miracles would be good. The Miracle Raid. Because some people have chosen different words to say their raid, like Unicorn Raid. Miracle Survivors. Cool. Miracle Survivors Raid. That'll be good. All right, Tina. Shall I see you in there? Give me a few minutes and then I'll be in there, okay? Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk to you all later. Take care. God bless you all. I'll stop for a minute. Okay. All right. We'll see you there. Take care, everyone. Have a great one. Bye now.